the chemtrails over the country club.
What we're seeing now, and I first could not believe it, and I started looking at the skies, and these are not normal. They're not natural. There's something going on. I don't know who it is or why they're doing it.
Just did a video a few minutes ago where you can see the colors, the heavy metal colors coming out big time.
I'm here to give you testimony that chemtrails, they're not contrails, are indeed real. They're spraying almost every day. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger from the pollution that's coming down over us. And we've been led astray by the military-industrial complex, and they're responsible for the cloud's creation and weather manipulation programs. They're dark operations. That's why they're not out in the media. The metal compounds that are being used are environmentally dangerous. We need to be monitoring them. We need to be testing them.
These guys are definitely on the warpath today. They are just everywhere.
The problem is, and the real scare I have, and it's a huge, huge problem, because as it comes down, what happens is a couple of things. Is that it actually is in our air, we breathe it. And as we breathe it, it's actually going to go up to our nostrils, into our brain, easiest access to our brain frontal lobe, our aluminum. Aluminum is the number one neural free radical generator to the brain to cause early apoptosis, which is early death of brain. It's part of the chemical matrix related to Alzheimer's.
Yeah, look at this. All the way back here. And yet we're still told, this is water vapor.
I'm a neurologist practicing in Reading for 17 years. And in the past 5 years, I've seen the number of patients, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, and other neurodegenerative diseases tremendously increased, almost quadruple.
That's enough of this clown. Oh, wait, maybe not. Hold on. You're starting to shoot the colors out. This is bad.
I wrote to the federal government because Air Force wrote a book, and on the first page of the book, they said, we're going to control the weather by the year 2025. I asked them, what are they doing spraying these chemicals on the public? I said, there's violation of United States Code 50 USC 1520, which prohibits the American government from experimenting on the U.S. citizens with chemical agents.
We're breathing this filth.
You want some figures? Okay, latest water test. Tested the rain. 13,100 micrograms per liter of aluminum in the rain in 2013. Normally, it should be 0.
Yeah, you tell me that's water vapor, guys. You're being lied to. Your climate change is being delivered to you like a soft serve cone, ice cream cone.
So our next thing is going to be for climate change.
It's like the next
pandemic-like story, like that will beat to death.
Send this video to people you know. If you know any pilots or anything, there's no way somebody's going to say this is contrails. There's no friggin' way. Unless you're mentally ill.
They're spraying almost every day. I watch the clouds and watch the spraying program going on. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger.
This is such a crime, I can't even believe I'm witnessing it, honestly. Just dumping megatons. There's no way a regular plane could hold this much material. No friggin' way. Ever.
Here with Kristen Megan, who's actually a U.S. military whistleblower.
I was in the Air Force on active duty for 9 years, and I worked in bioenvironmental engineering. One part of that process was to approve chemical. After it being brought to my attention about chemtrails or geoengineering, I used to think it was crazy. It actually was disrespectful to my line of work, because here we are trying to prevent environmental aspects and impacts and not have anybody get sick from our operations. But in an attempt to debunk, it changed my life. I started noticing things. I started noticing large quantities on the system where I would approve chemicals that did not have a manufacturer name, wasn't tied to a building. And when I started asking questions, I slowly became demonized.
The government puts out about $2.5 billion directly for climate research every year. It only gives that money to scientists who will produce scientific results that support the global warming hypothesis of the Democrat Party position. So they don't have any choice. If you're going to get the money, you got to support their position.
We have some sad news to report here. A giant in the weather world and the first weatherman at Good Morning America has died.
זה לא טבעי, בשום צורה. אין עננים כאלה, אין רוח שיוצרת כאלה עננים, בשום צורה, בשום מצב, בשום